Now we're going to train the hamstrings. Alright, so we'll start off with a hip hinge or extension. So we're going to start off with something that's going to be quite similar to just a terminal hip extension, like an IDL or a cable pull through. If we have a resistance band, we'll start with that. So we can again attach it to something quite stable. Hopefully this doesn't fall over, otherwise I'll have a headache. We're going to put the band around the hips, take a few steps forward so there's a lot of resistance when we're at full hip extension. Nice and steady on our feet, hinging back, so the cable's going to pull us back. Right, we're going to go with the resistance of the cable, and then from here we're going to hip extend through, and as we take more and more tension on the band, it's going to get harder to hip extend. We're going to squeeze the glutes and loading the hamstrings when we're at the bottom. Alright, feels great. I think my booty's growing already. Okay, so the further you go out, the more challenging it's going to be, because you're going to have more resistance as we're hip extending. Again, just be considerate of the band that you have for that and where you're attaching it. Another variation we have with the band, the banded good morning. I'm going to step down here. Alright, so we can just, again, similar to like the squatting variation we had before. This is good. Turn this way. So you're going to put the band over our shoulders. Alright, feet around shoulder width apart. We're going to hold on, hinge back, so the band is pulling us down, so we're getting a loading at the hamstrings and our lower back a little bit here. And then we're going to pull through, squeezing the glutes at the top. Alright, another great exercise if you don't have any weights. Magic stuff. If you're stocked up on pasta, you can do really heavy RDLs, but if you haven't and you're limited on items, we can do either normal RDLs if we have resistance, say like dumbbells, which most people will be pretty familiar with. Hold the dumbbells on your sides, just doing normal RDLs, fantastic. If you don't, we can improvise by getting a child's bucket, right? We can fill it with sand or something to make it a little bit heavier. And because we don't have as much resistance as we might normally need, we can vary it by doing a single leg RDL. Alright, so we're going to split our stance a little bit. We're going to hip hinge back, loading the foot that is loading the foot that you're trying to load. Right, so we're going to put one foot forward. The back foot's going to be the one that we're targeting. Right, keeping our knee nice and still. Nice big stretch through the hamstring. Trying to keep a relatively neutral spine. Very minimal movement under the load. And then we're going to pull through. Okay, so you can really hold the bucket really wherever, preferably on the side that you're loading. Come back, and again pull through. Focusing on just using the one leg. We can progress it with olive oil, noodles, and tinned tomatoes. Right, so again, now we have something a little bit heavier. We can hold that, get into our split stance position, come down, and through. Right, again, we're going to be doing both sides, so that's really all you need to know about that one. Yeah. Enjoy it, and then afterwards you get to eat your food and oil.